Team Dungy has 2 books out this week filled with great life lessons, including Austin Plays Fair and Maria Finds Courage. Please help me welcome Tony and Lauren Dungy. Great to have you both here. So you've lived this extraordinary life together, a life of faith, a life of love, a life of giving, and that's really what these books are about too, to try to bring some of these life lessons to families.
It really is. When I coached the Buccaneers, Lauren and the other wives used to read in elementary schools, and Lauren said they wanted some books that could teach messages as well as be fun to read. So that's kind of why we struck out in this direction.
And it's like, I mean, sports has so much, it's such a ripe field for life lessons. You've lived that life. Is it true that the two of you fell in love and you were introduced thinking, I don't want to date an NFL player?
That is the story. I was a little hesitant, being raised with 3 brothers that were involved in sports. I kind of got the background on what that was like, and I thought, no, I'll leave that alone. But Tony was different. He is a man of God, he loves the Lord, and we've been married 36 years.
So, can you tell the audience how many children you have?
We have 10 children.
10?
Yeah, it's a household.
10 children. 7 of whom are adopted, and in addition to your 10 children, you also take in foster children, help with foster kids.
We do fostering, and we love it. It's been such a blessing to have children come into our homes and spend time with us.
Lauren, how? How do you do that?
You know, a lot of prayer goes into our lives. Every day we are praying for that wisdom and that guidance, but our faith is important. It really just dictates how we live our lives.
Well, and I know you wrote another book called Uncommon Marriage about how you stay together. I mean, so many people get divorced in today's day and age, and many children. You've had your challenges. The heart of it is your faith.
It really is, and that's the thread, and that's what we talked about in that book, that Christ at the center was what allows us to focus. And
that's right.
You know, if you try to focus on each other, sometimes you get off track, but if both of you are focused on the Lord, it makes it easy.
Your whole message is so unifying. Whenever I hear you speak, and I only know you as like a public speaker. I hear you when you give your interviews because I don't know anything about sports at all. I did know that you were an NFL coach.
Okay.
But it's so unifying, and to me, it's interesting because right now we're in a divisive time.
We are.
And it's crossed over to the football field. You know, the anthem protests, or however you want to describe them, the players on the knee. And President Trump, as you know, has been very critical of those who won't stand for the national anthem, saying you have to do it, you have to stand, and if you don't, you shouldn't even be in the league, and you might not belong in this country. Your thoughts on that?
And that really is divisive. At NBC Football Night in America last year, we did a special on 2 young men from the Miami Dolphins, and they talked about why they were protesting. And it was to be the voice for those who don't have a voice, but that message has gotten misunderstood. I think if I was still coaching, what I would do was tell my players, hey, let's talk about your issues. Rather than do it in those 3 minutes during the national anthem, I'll give you 15 minutes of my press conference so you can tell exactly what's on your mind, talk about the solutions, the things to bring us together rather than separate.
That's a great idea.
I've proposed that to several coaches. No one's taken me up yet, but I hope that's what they do. The NFL should get together on that and say, how can we come together on this issue rather than separate?
I think I have an idea for your next book. All right. Thank you both so much. All the best to you and your family. And Tony will be back for Football Night in America Thursday, September 6th, and the NFL season kicks off right here on NBC.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.